This is No Religion Required with Bobby C., Miss Ashley, and the Prophet Jeremiah, only on Secular Media Network. Grab yourself a glass of sweet tea and enjoy the show.
Today's date is October 11th, 2015. This is episode number 83. My name is Bobby C., and joining me as always is the mouth to the south, the beautiful Miss Ashley. Hey, Miss Ashley.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, and let me just say, it is wonderful to be back this week.
Isn't it? You know, I miss it when we don't get a chance to sit down on the mics and just do a show.
I do, too.
I miss it. Well, also joining us is the prophet himself, Jeremiah. Welcome to the show, Jeremiah.
Yeah, and I'd like to say it's National Coming Out Day.
It is.
And in honor of that, I would like to say it's mostly me that's going to go to hell and not the gay people, because you go straight to hell. You don't go gay to hell.
Boy, it's good to have you back, brother. It's good to have you back.
I'm sure that's you're saying that for sure. I'm sure you mean it.
Of course. No, I do. Now, you had last weekend off. Did you enjoy your weekend off?
No, because I'm studying for prelims for grad school. I'm going to take the oral exam that keeps me in grad school on October 26th. So that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I was working on that all weekend.
Well, did you manage to get your computer fixed? I know that's one of the things you said you were wanting to do.
I got a lot done,
you're
though.
Off.
I got a lot done. No,
Okay.
Because the computer repair was like, here, get a new screen. I'm like, I already have a new screen. And they said, get a new screen. So I was like, whatever. But I did use that time off, and I got a lot done for my exams. So thanks for that. And I enjoyed your speech last week. So good job.
Good. Thank you. We had a good time down there in Hurricane Con. And
Hurricane?
Yeah, Hurricane and Myrtle Beach. Now, folks, if you want to get your comments or questions on the air, you can live tweet during the show at No Religion, REQ, or you can join us in the chat room on Spreaker. There are people already in the chat room talking. I see Morgan. I see Robbie, Bill, the Unknown Seaman, and, of course, you're in there now, Jeremiah. And if I missed anybody that is in that chat room, I apologize. Now, folks, you may hear me sound a little different this week. I've been sick most of the week, and I didn't get my voice back till, like, yesterday.
Oh, it was so nice. Oh. Did I say that out loud?
You did say that out loud.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So apparently it was very nice that I couldn't talk. And I literally got my voice back like yesterday. So my voice is not sounding the best in the world. But you know what? There's no way in hell that I was going to miss coming live tonight and getting an opportunity to talk to our guest this week.
Well, at least my voice sounds good.
Yes.
The audio quality. So there you go.
Real quick before we move to our guest, I do want to send out our condolences to Bill and Susie Robbins. Bill Robbins' father passed away last week, and I just want him to know that we love him and we are with him, not in spirit, but we are. He is in our thoughts, and we do love you guys. So if there's anything that you need, please don't hesitate to give us a call.
Yeah. So. Guys, just keep Bill and Susie in your thoughts as they go through this hard time. Now, on this week's episode, we'll be talking with Lee Coffin. I think I said that right. If I didn't, he'll correct me. Of Leave Religion at the Door podcast. We've dedicated this entire episode to our conversation with him. In an attempt to be fair, we will use the last hour of this week's show for Lee to be able to ask us questions. Lee is indeed a Christian. And he'll be the second Christian that we've ever had on the show. If you remember, we had Reverend Alex on.
Yes.
So we're looking.
Well, actually, it'd be the third because I was a believer when we started the show.
Yeah. Okay. True. Fair enough.
I thought you were about to say,
Fair
but
enough.
You don't count. Me and you was about to have words.
Well, you know, I'd never say that. You know that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Because somebody just showed up in the chat room.
Joey Lee Kirkman.
Of PR Pope. Guys and ladies, if y'all have not gotten PR Pope, y'all have got to go get it. You can find it on Amazon. This man is amazing. So please go get your copy of PR Pope. Christian is going to be reading this book here real soon. So anybody who doesn't know, Christian's my 14, soon to be 15-year-old son come Tuesday. So go check out his book, y'all.
Absolutely. And we know that Joey Lee Kirkman right now is in the hospital.
In the chat room.
He's in the hospital.
Yeah,
and
he's got nothing. He's got nothing better to do now that he's in his hospital bed.
Yeah.
So now he's just going to listen in here.
Yeah, the funny thing was I asked him, I said, Joey, is there anything we could do for you? He said, yeah, man, come rub my feet. Yeah, see, in the chat room, Joey said, I'm listening live from the hospital. Well, we hate that you're listening from the hospital, Joey, but we are glad that you're here listening live. And just remember, we love you. And guys, please, if you haven't checked out PR Pope, go do it. It truly is a great book. All right, well, Miss Ashley, if you're ready, we're going to get to this week's guest.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Jeremiah, you ready?
Hell yeah.
Okay, there he is. Our guest this week is an Iraqi war veteran. He felt the calling to teach and is now a teacher at Thousand Hills Cowboy Church in Kerrville, Texas. He is the second Christian that we've had on that was willing to come on and have the conversation, and I do hope that members of his church are tuning in to listen to our conversation. I am pleased to welcome to our show Lee Cawthon.
Howdy, folks.
Hey, Lee. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all?
We're doing really good. I want to tell you, thank you so much for being willing to come on and have the conversation this week.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
And he sounds just as country as we do.
Well, the boy's from Texas. I don't know exactly.
I'm not used to hearing another Southern twang.
Well, all that means is that he fits in. You know, that's all it means, is that we are able to understand him.
That's what she said. Oh.
Shut up. And that there are.
It means you need to get out of the house more.
And that means that we have listeners right now that are grabbing their redneck English dictionary so that they'll be able to understand everything we say.
Yeah, because good Lord help us if we get into the difference between all the different yonders we have.
Yeah, we're liable to get in trouble, aren't we, brother?
A little bit.
Well,
especially with Tom and Cecil.
Especially with Tom and Cecil, right? Well, I wanted to start our conversation out talking about things that I think that we both agree on.
Okay.
I think we're both interested in the truth, whatever that truth may be.
Absolutely.
And in one of your lessons titled Apologetics, you said when debating atheists that you should use your personal testimony because it cannot be refuted. And I must agree. That's one thing that no one can refute is someone's personal testimony.
Yes, sir.
So I agree with that. Just there's a minor detail you left out, and we'll just get to that later.
Okay.
Now, you are Christian, right?
Yes, sir.
How did that happen?
Honestly, a lot of that comes from my testimony, which is my father.
What happened to you for that to happen? No, I'm sorry. It is funny because when people find out that we're non-believers, they kind of do that to us. Oh, what happened? So, what kind of Christian are you? In other words, which of the denominations do you adhere to?
I actually do not adhere to any denomination. I don't claim one, and I disagree with pretty much all of them, at least in one aspect or another.
Okay.
So.
Okay, but now, so you would just consider yourself non-denominational?
I've even heard some people who claim non-denominational. They're not always all that accurate, and it's kind of I don't know. Non-denominational is one of those terms that it just kind of seems like it's a contradictory statement. Because if you actually look at what they believe, then there are a lot of things that basically coincide with all the others. It's just they didn't like one thing, so they said, you know what? Instead of just being being Catholic or Baptist or whatever, they said we're just gonna be non-denominational, and they basically created it like they created all the other denominations.
Okay. Now, would you consider yourself to be a Bible literalist?
I would say that, yes, I take the Bible literally.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I want to go back to the non-denominational thing.
Okay. Well, this is your show too, Miss Ashley, and you give me a chance to rest my voice. You go ahead.
Why would any religious person want to be non-denominational? I mean, what?
I wanted to be that.
I mean, I wanted to be that, but I think it's just because my friends were. But so, I mean, what causes a religious person to want to be non-denominational?
It mostly comes down to the stigmas that are attached to other set denominations. It's like you're Baptist, then certain things are required of you. If you're Catholic, then you have to do certain things and believe certain things. Non-denominational just kind of basically go away all the, what do you want to call it, the strings attached, I guess.
Right.
It allows you to just say, yes, I believe this. No, I don't believe that. And not have to be forced to adhere to specific doctrines of specific denominations.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, because when I was searching spiritually, quote unquote, I didn't really have a denomination that I agreed with 100%. The only reason I went to a praying church was because I had like-minded people there, but I did feel like I could disagree with them if I wanted to. So,
right.
That's just my perspective.
I think one of the things that I noticed about denominations is, and I switched between 2 or 3 of them as I was making my way through, was if you ask, if you want to find out what's wrong with the Presbyterian or what's wrong with Pentecostal, you ask a Baptist. And there's many, many denominations that use the same book, but they completely disagree on a lot of things. And I think that's one of the things that started me thinking, why is it that I can be a Baptist, but my Methodist friends down the road, why are they wrong when we read the same book? So I can understand the concept of someone being, quote unquote, non-denominational and just being what would be like a Bible church, I think. Right? Is that
yes, sir?
Is that more yours? It's just a Bible-based church. You read the Bible and teach the Bible, and that's basically it?
I guess the best way I found to state it is that we are Christian, and it's just that simple.
Okay.
It's you take the whole Bible, you don't leave out parts, whether you like it or not, you accept the whole thing for what it is. It's an all or nothing kind of mentality.
Okay, so you clearly see the Bible as the infallible Word of God, free of mistakes, free of all that stuff.
On that, basically in 2 Timothy, it says that the Scripture is theanostos. And
right.
If that either that one Scripture is absolutely true and it is God-breathed, or the entire thing is fallible, mistaken, and God does not exist.
Okay, I got you. And we'll get into talking about that. Okay. Now I heard you say that in your view, Christianity is not a religion but a philosophy. We heard this first whenever Bill O'Reilly was talking with David Silverman. And I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on why you don't see Christianity as a religion.
I tried to actually come up with an analogy for a couple people that I was trying to explain this to. And I guess the best way I could to describe it was to use a tree. Imagine like you have 20-foot oak tree, right?
Right.
If you cut all the limbs off of the tree, what you have is Christianity. You have the Bible. I mean, the first time Christians are referenced in the Bible is in Acts, whenever they were basically told, the apostles were called Christian. It's the word Christian means Christ-like. Do what Christ did, say what Christ said.
Okay.
And that was pretty much what they were called to do. So that's your base, that's your foundation is Christianity. Mm-hmm. And then you had your denominations come into play whenever you had two people or two groups or a group of people that they disagreed on something. Instead of just taking it and going with it, they basically branched off. And that adds one branch on the tree. And then that branch branches, and then another branch branches, right. And it creates chaos, basically.
Right. Sounds like
everyone
it's creating...
back down to the Bible.
Yeah, it sounds like it's...
Yeah, but why...
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
What would you define as a religion, and what differentiates Christianity from that?
Well, I can call a lot of things religion.
Define religion for me.
The word?
Yeah. I actually looked it up.
I've heard definitions of religion that are defined like such that a football fan club, like for the Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs would be a religion. But that's vague.
Don't be talking about the dogs now.
I'm not talking.
Jeremiah, that'll get you muted.
That'll get you in trouble. No, well, see.
As far as my definition of the word religion, I guess it really comes down to people can be religious about anything. Religion is not necessarily restrictive enough in my mind as far as what the definition of the word means. It's something that people are religious about their football games, their basketball games, about a lot of things, and it's not pertained to any one thing. You have the Greek mythologies, that was their religion, the Egyptian mythology, that was their religion. Yes, they sometimes, they usually involve a god or multiple gods, but the word itself is not restricted to a deity. It's the thing that people put most important in their life.
Okay.
For some people, their spouse is what is their sort of their religion.
So